Overnight, auto tariffs went into effect. President Trump says there will be a 25% tariff rate on vehicles and auto parts imported into the U.S. Many Americans have been scrambling to purchase cars ahead of the tariffs, as costs are expected to rise for both consumers and automakers. Joining us now to break down what it all means is Rita McGrath, a professor at Columbia Business School. Welcome.
Hey, pleasure to be here.
So can you break down how auto tariffs will affect automakers and suppliers?
Well, it's going to increase costs throughout their supply chains, Mary, and a lot of the high value parts like drivetrains, that are made overseas, are going to be much more expensive. The concept currently is they make them overseas, bring them here, and a lot of what the American car companies do is just assemble them.
In what ways do you expect the global supply chain to adapt to these auto tariffs, and how long will that take?
Well, it's going to be a mad scramble because a lot of the more affordable cars that overseas makers make are, manufactured in Mexico, and they're going to be subject to those tariffs. So it's going to be a big adjustment in supply chains across the board, Mary.
And when it comes to U.S. jobs, how will they be impacted? And, does this mean auto jobs going back to Michigan?
Well, that's the theory, right? But, it takes years, it takes decades just to build a whole auto plant. You can't just flip a switch and all of a sudden, boom, it's there. So it's going to be a question of whether the automakers believe the tariffs are here for the long term.
How much could vehicle prices rise, do you think? And what should consumers do now to adjust?
Well, if you're in the market for a car, buy it now. It's, I guess, part of it. I think prices could go up 25–30% easily because it's going to be just a complete readjustment of all these complex supply chains.
Rita McGrath, professor at Columbia Business School, we thank you very much for speaking with us this morning.
A pleasure to be here.